This module is on customer complaints. Guess what? We will have complaints at this restaurant, and every business will have complaints. Our success will be determined on our ability to find these complaints, and we want to find them now. We want to find them while the customer is eating at our restaurant. We don't want them to leave the restaurant and tell their wife or their friend or their neighbor or the whole world about the problem they had at the Dixie Grill. We want to find out the complaint now so we can fix it. And that's how our success will be determined. How well do we handle those complaints that we actually uncovered? In the steps of service, we talked about being specific, asking how their food was. Are you happy with that steak? We want to know if they're unhappy. We're trying to figure that out. We want to know then. That way we've got a chance to fix it. There are a few things common in all complaints. Number one, they want us to listen. So we need to listen. Sometimes we think we know the answer and we're so quick to interrupt, to tell them. No, we need to give them a chance to talk to us and tell us what their complaint is. Now, in this process of handling customer complaints, we're going to give you some policies to follow. These are our standards. What to do in this situation for this complaint, what to do in that one. So you need to follow those steps. The third thing is that you need to inform a manager. There's always a manager on duty at the Dixie Grill. So when a complaint happens, if you're on the floor, tell the floor manager. If it has to do with the food, tell the kitchen manager. But you must tell a manager. Also, all complaints, we need to handle it quickly. We don't want to hear that the guy that is so upset, but then we did 10 other things and then we go back to him. We want to take care of the complaint immediately. Also, sometimes we have to ask smart questions. Somebody might say, I don't like my steak. Well, that's not enough. We need to ask him, sir, what do you not like about your steak? Well, it doesn't taste good. So we might ask another question. Does it taste like it's bad? Does it taste like it's not seasoned? Does it taste overcooked? Well, I just don't like, because there's no juice in it, and I want a steak with juice. So by asking smart questions, we can find out what the customer wants so that we can take care of it. Here are some of the standards we talked about. If a customer's not happy with this food, the first thing we're going to do is offer them another of the same. I don't like this burger, so you offer to get them another one. If they don't want another burger, you'd offer them something else. Would you like a chicken fried steak? Would you like a salad? Would you like pork chops? Also in this process, they're going to pay for what they eat. If they ordered a burger but decided they want ribs, we're going to take away the burger, serve them the ribs, and charge them for the ribs. The same thing in reverse. If they didn't like the ribs and now they're going for a hamburger, they'll pay for a hamburger. Another standard is if an item's undercooked. We will take that item back to the kitchen and cook it more. If an item's overcooked, we'll cook them a new one. And we'll take the other one away and bring them the new one that's not overcooked. All complaints are important. It's so easy in life to hear something and say, oh, that's just a small complaint. He said his silverware was dirty, and so I just took him a new piece of silverware. Or he said it was cold, so it's not that cold in here because I'm burning up. Anyway, all complaints are important. as to the dirty silverware, what if all the silverware in the restaurant is filthy and this was the first customer to let us know? Or what if the new dishwasher in the back is running the dish machine with no chemicals and the manager didn't catch it and the new dishwasher doesn't even know he's supposed to look at it? So by pointing out that we've got dirty silverware, this customer is doing us a huge favor. Also, think about the customer who's never been here before. He got out of it. He went to park and he couldn't find a parking space, and he parked on the edge, and when he got out, he stepped in some mud. And then he started to go up the sidewalk, and there was some trash there from another customer. And then he went to open the door, and it was smudged. And then he went inside waiting to be served, and nobody's there, and nobody's there, and nobody's there. And so he's got another complaint that he could have told us about. Then we go to seat him, and he's confused with the menu. He doesn't understand it. And he goes to grab a sugar packet, and there's an empty packet in there, and he grabbed it. And then he found a dirty fork, and he told us. So really, this guy's had 7 or 8 complaints, but he only shared one of them with us. He shared the dirty fork. So we don't want to think that just because the guy had a dirty fork that the guy has a small complaint. We want to treat this customer as a customer. We don't want him to have one more complaint. So we're going to follow up and ensure his service is great. Now, how do we do that? Besides you making sure his service is great, the manager is going to make sure his service is great. By telling the manager about the dirty fork, the manager is going to go check the silverware. The manager is going to go check with the new dishwasher and the chemicals and talk to the hostess to see if any other silverware has been dirty. The manager is going to make sure your second steak is not going to come out overcooked also, and now the customer got 2 overcooked steaks. So the manager can do things, but he can work between the policies to make sure the customer is happy. Also, the manager will go into what we call a callback cycle for this table. So table 23 had a complaint. You think he's going to take care of it and then blow off table 23? No, he's going to keep on checking back on table 23. Maybe he's going to assist you making desserts for 23. Maybe when they leave, he's going to chit chat with them on the way out. So the complaints need to be handled, but you have to tell a manager. Thank you for listening to this module on customer complaints.